What's up, guys? Big Papa Drock back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And we're continuing our World's Strongest series today, guys, with an oldie who used to be a goodie. Now I'm not so sure, which is why I wanted to do this video, but it's the one and only, our boy, HEGEMON. So I was inspired to do a HEGEMON video. It's +4. He's fully awake. And I said, you know what? I just did this recent video about buffing voids, but how bad is HEGEMON really? How bad is he when you build him to be an absolute monster nuker like people used to do? Is he as bad as I think he is? And the reason why I think he is bad now is because of stuff like Stone Skin and Reaction. If you don't know, guys, if you haven't played Raid for a long time, HEGEMON was the creme de la creme of nukers back in the day, one of the most wanted nukers for many content creators and many players, including Scratch, by the way, who I remember used to open tons of shards hoping to get a HEGEMON. That's how awesome this champion used to be. But Stone Skin and Reaction Gear have really changed his usefulness. You almost never see HEGEMON in high level arena now. I can't even remember the last time I saw him, which is so different from 2 years ago, because 2 years ago, you saw HEGEMON all over the place when it came to Platinum Arena. Now, it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. And it really does boil down to those two changes. Like, the meta has shifted so much, again, which is why I put this champion on the buff list. But I wanted to see, like, how good can he be if you really build him to still be a massive nuker? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to test him out. Again, he's +4. He's fully awakened. I put my absolute strongest gear on him, at least according to the Hell Hades optimizer. So we're going to test him and see how he does. But first, let's go over his kit. And I'm actually going to start with his passive, because this is what makes HEGEMON so good, or at least made him so good in the past, and what now makes him so much less compelling than he once was, which is Fateful Arrival, the fact that he always goes first every single round. So he is going to be the first person going, which in the past could let you nuke an entire team before they even got a turn. You'll see here, if multiple HEGEMONs are in battle, the HEGEMON with the highest speed will move first, followed by the next highest. So the interesting about HEGEMON is you can build him a lot of different ways. You can build him as a super strong nuker, which is what I've done for this video. But I used to have my HEGEMON built in Provoke set really fast in order to go ahead of other HEGEMONs and in Provoke. And the reason why I chose Provoke was because it had a higher chance to land than Stun. So typically the 3 builds you'll see with HEGEMON are Stun set, Provoke set, or in this case, full-on nuker. But again, like, he doesn't really get used anymore because of the fact that Stone Skin really negates a lot of what he does. Let's take a look at his 2 skills. He's only got 2. A1, attacks 2 times at random. That's never a good thing when it's random. Each has a 35% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. So again, that books up to what, 55% chance? Is that right? Yes, 55% chance to place decreased speed on the A1. That's not bad. The 2 times at random can get you in a lot of trouble if you hit the wrong person, especially now with Taurus and Marichka. But this wasn't a bad A1. And in fact, if you guys remember, one of my favorite content creators who was very PvP focused, which is Machan. Anybody else miss Machan? I miss Machan. I miss Machan and Boomer. They were so great. But Machan really used HEGEMON's A1 a lot to make sure that he would go first in a battle back when the speed meta was in full swing, right? So you would actually see people set their HEGEMONs and their defense as an A1 HEGEMON to hit with the A1 first, knock an Arbiter's speed down before using their nuke, which is the A2. And so this is the nuke. Attacks all enemies, places a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. Also has a 50% chance of placing a blocked active skills debuff for 2 turns. So you can see how you could use this to not only nuke, but you could also use this to control, lowering people's ability to do damage against you with attack-based nukers, as well as blocking skills. So when I had him built as a provoker, he had very high accuracy, very high speed, and he would go first and lock out an enemy arbiter, lock out their Rotos, whatever, from being able to use their active skills, which is actually really powerful. I mean, it's not as good, I would say, as like a normal lockout from a Yumiko or a Warlord, especially nowadays, because this is basically just screaming polymorph me daddy, please turn me into a sheep. Another part of why this champion has been so hardcore power crept, but it was still super useful, although it only had a 50% chance of landing. So he doesn't have a super involved kit. It really all boils down to this passive, the ability to go first no matter what, which in the past was one of the most important things for your team. I've got him in a Soul Reap Blessing. You could do Lightning Cage. You could do, even hypothetically Crushing Rend or Cruelty, depending on where you're using him. But I like Soul Reap. That works for me for now. Mastery wise, pretty standard stuff here. Let me move my camera for you as we go into the masteries. So we've got him on the offense tree. We've got Helm Smasher, of course. We've got Kill Streak, the kind of standard stuff you see nowadays. I'm still going with Ruthless Ambush just because he is going to go first. And for me, he's going to nuke right off the bat. That's how we built him. But I've also gone Cycle of Violence to have him, potentially reduce the cooldown on that skill faster and get back to it sooner. And then I've gone with Support Tree over here on the right, only because there could be times when I want him to still be able to place a debuff or potentially decrease turn meter with that A1 like he used to do in the past. So we've gone with a little accuracy increase here, nothing crazy, a little Laura Steel. And then the ability to potentially make these debuffs last longer if he does place them without becoming a sheep. Very unlikely. Let's take a look at the build itself. We've got him in Savage. We've got him in Cruel. This is like the #1 suggested build from the optimizer. So even though there's a rare chest piece in here, I guess it's what made the most sense to get him into Savage and Cruel, because I pulled all of my high-end gear off of all my champions, George, etc., to make him as strong as possible for this video. So here we got Savage weapon, some crit rate, speed. That's a perfect piece. We've got attack, crit damage, speed, again with Savage. We've got Cruel, speed, crit damage, crit rate, all sorts of stuff. Wish that had ascended attack, but that's okay. Crit damage, with speed, with attack percentage, and so we're getting full opportunity to ignore defense here. We're getting a full 30% between Cruel and Savage. Again, rare chest piece. I've had really bad luck on my account with attack-based chest pieces in Savage gear. It's hilarious how bad my luck has been. But for this build, this apparently was the one that made the most sense according to the optimizer. So, hey, we're rolling with it. And then we've got attack-based boots, attack percentage on the Ascension with triple crit rate. Oh, baby. Cook 'em, daddy, cook 'em. Now, he has reaction gear on, but that's really not necessary given his passive. This just so happens to be the best attack-based reaction gear, attack-based accessories that I have on Knight's Revenant. Again, you can see I'm hurting for better Knight's Revenant pieces here, triple rolls. Got a crit damage ascension on the amulet, and then we got a double attack percentage. So I could hypothetically get him up even higher if I had better accessory pieces, if I had a better chest piece, that rolled attack percentage. There's still a lot of room for him to grow, but I would say he's pretty darn powerful. Again, is he the world's strongest? Who knows? I'm sure someone could build a stronger one of the other Krakens, but he's pretty darn strong. Let's take a look at the total stats here. We're rocking just over 9,000 attack with a meaty 371% crit damage. He's got a little bit of accuracy, you can see here, and the speed is actually surprisingly not bad. I tried to build him slower to see if that would increase his attack, and it actually made it worse, according to the optimizer. So this is the best build for Hegemon, and which actually ends up being okay speed for Classic Arena. Like, this would have been totally fine for a nuker back in the day, because normally you would see him at stuff like 160 or 140 or 130, like the slowest possible he can go in order to have the absolute highest attack and highest crit damage, because again, he's going first every single time, no matter what, since that's what his passive does. But here we got decent speed. So let's take him into Dragon and let's see how he feels just in normal testing. Let's see how he hits. I think he hits pretty hard, but again, I haven't used my Hegemon in a long time, so this is going to be interesting for me as well. Let's get Lydia in there. She's right here. Where is she? I should just use the filter. Why do I never use the filter? Because that's just the way I am. So, okay, we've got increased attack, we've got decreased defense, and weaken. That's fine for me. Just a reasonable, real test. Someone asked why I don't use Gurtup and stuff like that. Because frankly, You're not going to be doing that in arena nowadays. It's just not going to happen. I like to go with a realistic baseline test of what is possible, which is increased attack and hypothetically a debuff, though even that, frankly, is kind of up in the air because of polymorph. All right, we're going to lead with the A1. Obviously, we're going first, so we got to wait to get our debuffs up, or our buffs up. So we're just going to hit with the A1 here with nothing on them. Let's see what we do. 48, 41. It's okay. Again, it's attacking at random, which is not good. You really don't want random attacks. It can lead to you getting counterattacked by the wrong champion, aka Taurus and Marichka. But that's just the nature of the beast. So they've kind of phased out a lot of these random attacks that older school champions like Hegemon had, like Fushan, stuff like that. They don't really do that as much anymore. All right, let's get to where we want to go with the nuke. Let's see, can he clear it out? Does he hit hard? 9k attack, 371% crit damage. That's pretty beefy. Let's go. Boom! 348, 327. That's not bad at all. That is not bad. That is actually pretty darn good. That is pretty darn good, my friends. That's not bad. That is much better than some of the mythical champions they just released. Let's do it again. Let's see what we get one more time. Except for Garal. I mean, Garal is still the MVP of mythical, you know, drilling for absurd amounts. But that was a pretty darn good nuke. You're hitting over 300k. That's really solid. Like, we will take that all day, every day, for this kind of like world's strongest series. Let's do it one more time. Let's see what we get. 299, 313 I saw over there. That's great. That's a hardy nuke. A hardy nuke. And we're placing decreased speed. So let's take him into Classic Arena. And let's see. He's gonna get decimated. There's no way that he's viable. I mean, we're also, by the way, I'm doing this video on a Sunday night at 2 a.m. Eastern, which means we are in the middle or about to be in Plat reset, as you can see here, with the ultimate strong all Taurus and Marichka team. So we're just outside of Plat. I should have gotten into Plat earlier. Whoops, I made that mistake. We'll do that quickly here. But you can see, like, it's all Taurus, Marichka, UDK time, baby. So we are testing him. We're going to be testing him against the absolute meatiest of the meaty, right? The hardest of the hard. Let's just get quickly into Plat here. You'll have to watch me. I'm not even going to edit this out. You can just watch my Plat climbing team to quickly get in. This is what I usually use when I'm trying to get into Plat as fast as possible for videos. So we got the Georgid action to destroy Stone Skin, and, you know, got a little Necrit to protect, a little Arbiter, etc. Blah, blah, blah. So let's see how quickly we can get into Plat. It should take me maybe 2 or 3 minutes. So this is kind of just bonus content, guys. We'll see. If this ends up taking too long, I will cut it out, which you would never know. But my hope is that this doesn't take more than like 2 minutes. Then we can get to Hegemon. I could hypothetically, actually, you know what I should do? I should actually test Hegemon on some of these teams as well. In fact, I'm going to do that. We're going to test Hegemon on some of these lower level gold 5 teams, just to get an idea of if he's viable even at that level, right? Like, is he viable if it's not Taurus Marichka? Let's do that right now. And this is actually the team I'm going to use, because I think this makes a lot of sense, because I can reset his nuke hypothetically. That's like, when I think about how to make him potentially useful in today's meta, this is it. Yumiko Arbiter, we get to reset his nuke. He essentially gets 2 nukes, but here you go. Here, I mean, like this, here it is right here. This is exactly why he struggles and why he has been power crept so hard, because look at what we're up against. Stone Skin, and a champion that revives. I mean, this is like, in the past, this is a team that would have been perfect for him prior to Stone Skin. Now, and a reaction too on top of that. Oh my God. Oh, brother. If this doesn't illustrate the issue with Hegemon, I don't know what would. We didn't proc the reaction that time, but again, we can't do anything through Stone Skin. He is completely and utterly neutralized due to Stone Skin, and this is part of why he so desperately needs a buff. This is not a hard team to beat, right? With a Georgid, or if you're gonna buff strip, if they're low polymorph, this is not a hard team to beat with a competent nuker. but Hegemon just can't deliver. You know what I mean? Like, you're stuck having to wait to use his abilities until their stone skin falls off, which we've now gotten their stone skin off. So let's see if he's able to nuke them down. You know, I'm just gonna see if the nuke goes. See if the nuke's enough. He's got increased attack. They don't have any decreased defense, anything like that. I mean, really, really solid. You know, not bad whatsoever. Not top tier or even top tier, frankly, anymore. But not bad, right? But again, the problem with him is, what do you do versus these teams that are all stone skin? Here's a great example of a team you might have used him in the past, right? Let's see how much stone skin we got on him here. And then also Taurus, a major problem here. But let's see. Let's see if they're ridden with stone skin. They're not. No stone skin. Let's go. Nuke. Boom. We got 2. Reaction, though. Oh, and we're slower on the Arbiter. That's actually surprising. This is what happens when you take all your pieces off Arbiter to make Shuzhen better. Let's reset. Let's try nuking again. Yeah. See what we got. Arbiter definitely. Damn. This team is actually surprisingly fast for Gold 5. What? What is going on? I mean, so you could do it, but you're basically reliant on people not having stone skin, right? Look, this is definitely a Plat level team for sure. So let's take it in here. This is a great example of getting owned. Let's see how much stone skin we got on this. This is your meta right here. We got 1 stone skin and 3 without. Let's see what he does. He should survive the counterattack. Hey, he nuked down the Warlord. That's not bad at all. We'll take that. Interesting that someone's using 2 Marichkas, though. Doesn't really help you when you think about it, because you can't proc her passive off of more than 1, right? Otherwise, you just infinitely revive. But let's take another look. Let's see how we do. Let's nuke again. All right, well, we did kill 1, which is good. That's not bad. Let's go full auto, see what he can do. How did he get his skills back so fast? I swear, did I not shut him down? Oh, I killed him. That's how I did. I killed him. What am I talking about? I killed him right away with the Hegemon. Another downside, because I killed the Warlord. I wasn't able to lock him out since Hegemon goes first. I mean, this kind of illustrates exactly what I'm talking about, though. Like, this is why Hegemon is outclassed nowadays. This is exactly it. This is the problem. That's a Plat level team for sure in terms of just overall count power. Let's actually get into Plat here. What do we have? 43.99. Let's go back to our Georgid. Let's see if we can get into Plat and face 1 or 2 actual Plat teams. So I do think that's important, but you can already see like where the problem is here. You know, Hegemon is just, in this meta, he just absolutely, why is this not on auto? Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't have the right team set up here. He just really struggles. He struggles. Am I going to lose this fight? I very well might. I didn't actually set my team up here. I needed to go into my settings and get the right team. This is Plat reset for you too. Isn't this fun? I love how tanky it's got, man. There's nothing as exciting as having to spend 10 minutes trying to kill 1 champion thanks to Stone Skin and everything else. Whee! And UDK, who blocks every attack, at least the first hit. Ugh. This just illustrates where they've got to improve the game. Like everything is so tanky nowadays. This is a very strong. Oh, you know what I just realized? I actually took gear off of my Georgid. What am I talking about? That's why we're struggling here. Hold on. I just realized this. My Georgid I just stripped him in order to make this video. I was like, how am I not killing these guys? Okay. Hold tight. I can't use Georgid. We can use somebody else. I don't know. How about who's gonna do a really quick nuke? I mean, why not? But he's got too much HP. Let's just go with Leorius. I don't have Leorius built to be super strong, but he'll get the job done relatively quickly, because I do want to get into Plat and get a couple things on there, but I did forget entirely that I stripped my Georgid of some of his gear in order to make this video. So that was not representative of what my Georgian is capable of. If you guys come to the live streams, you'll see my Georgian. He cooks. He cooks, even though he's only level 3. I wish he were fully empowered, but you know, what can you do? You know, I've tried to be the Kraken that has a fully empowered Georgia, but Plarium won't let it happen for me. So let's just see if we can get into Plat quickly. Not as quickly as normal, but hopefully quickly enough. Oh man, Stones can really just change the game though. You know what I mean? It just made it so that so many champions were now essentially useless. You know, really didn't have a viable path in the game anymore. And HEGEMON is a really great example of that. You know, HEGEMON was a champion that you would have used all the time. And again, I vividly remember Scratch doing so many Void Shard opening videos, begging for a HEGEMON to pop out. And now if he got a HEGEMON, I'm sure he'd be sad. He would just think, oh man, this champion is completely worthless in the arena meta today. So it just goes to show how much things have changed in the last couple years, because it really wasn't that long ago that it was, you know, he was viable. It was 2 years. Look at that. The nukage from our girl. Oh my gosh, she's just proving that Xena has power. Let's see here. We don't really want to proc. Actually, I'm totally fine with procking that because I don't mind if she hits my boy Leorius, because he's just gonna get started. Wow, we're procking so many. That's hilarious. We procced so many examples of refresh right there. I've never had that happen 3 in a row. Nice. This is a sneaky little team right here with the Xena to built super hard to nuke extremely hard. You kind of gotta love it. People get really hilarious with some of these teams. That's very much a trap team. Again, would that stand up to a Taurus and Marichka? No, not if they're built right. You just power right through that. To my soft Leorius. Let's see if we can get some easy teams just to quickly get in here. I want to get this over with and get back to the HEGEMON. This is supposed to be a HEGEMON showcase, not a Leorius showcase. You know, oh well, I forgot that I wasn't in Plat, so sue me. But I do want to get at least 1 or 2 Plat battles. We're right there. And again, this is reset Plat, so at least you're getting, good God, look at this. This is just filthy. Oh, the Krakens are out and all the mythical champs as well. I'd like to get at least 1 or 2 real Plat teams for him to get decimated by. Leorius on Leorius action. All right, we're probably one battle away. Who's a quick team? Here we go. We can hit this team. Should be faster in this team. Not set up to reset. Interesting. They also have to really do a better job with mythicals when it comes to improving their AI. Their AI right now is quite bad. All right, we're in Plat. Let's refresh. We're in the bottom of Plat, I believe. Yeah, we're in the bottom of Plat, but still in Plat. Let's see what we got here. Here we 14 mil. Okay, here we go. 31 mil, and this is a Plat reset defense all day, every day, baby. This is Plat on Plat on Plat. This is our boy. Who was this? This is one of the SP guys. I think it was Fez or something. Well, let's just see here. We got double Stone Skin again. We got 2 Tauruses. Can he even survive? Now, hilariously enough, oh my God, look at that. He barely lived. The block active skills is actually useful against Taurus, because now this Taurus cannot counterattack any further. He is incapable of counterattacking if, for example, with the A1, we happen to screw up and get a random hit on Marichka. Because that's one of the biggest things here, is that Marichka, he's going to die. Like, man, I'm going to get killed. Yep. There's nothing you can do with this champion when it comes to actually having a chance versus a team like this. Like, you're just going to get steamrolled. I mean, maybe if you get lucky enough to place block active skills on both Tauruses, if you can, assuming you can survive their counterattack from the get-go, but This so clearly illustrates why he has fallen out of favor. Now, granted, this is a legitimate, like, real deal Plat reset. We're gonna lose our arbiter here, so we're not even gonna get a chance to get him back. But just goes to show, man, like, Hegemon, baby, we're already falling out of Plat. Oh man, oh come on. At least these are still Plat teams, though. Is there anyone else here we could hypothetically beat? Oh my God, a +4 Taurus. Fixed Plat reset. Okay, we got to challenge this guy. This guy gets it. Yeah, I agree with you. Fixed Plat reset, please. He's a panda as well. Please fix Plat reset. I am right there with you. Give us a blind arena for the love of God. It's crazy that they won't do it. All right, we locked out the Marichka. Wish we could have locked out the Taurus. Alas, we did lock out the Duchess though. Again, got lucky. He didn't hit the A1 on the Marichka. That's one of the biggest issues, I think. We're going to wait because I think this Taurus has has a reaction. So it's going to keep. I don't know why I did that. There's a UDK, but he's still living, so we're good. All right, now we're through the reaction. Let's see if we can hopefully get rid of. Did we get? Nope, we didn't get a debuff on him. I was hoping we can get rid of. There we go. We got rid of some of the Ward of the Fallen. Again, I mean, like, this is a 9K attack Hegemon, guys. 9K with 371% crit damage, and he cannot compete at all whatsoever. Let's nuke again. Barely. Oh, and there's the polymorph. Oh, my Lord, man. It just goes to show, like, he is completely useless in Arena now. He is completely useless for high level arena. Now he may be still useful in like G5 and below, but for Plat level arena, dude, he barely tickled this Taurus with his nuke, with increased attack. He barely tickled the Taurus. And the Marichka has already gotten through. Now she can cleanse everything. And we've lost attack because of Taurus's ridiculous passive. He just can't compete. He just cannot compete anymore. His entire shtick is nullified by the two things they have changed about the game in both reaction and stone skin. They have got to do a serious buff for this. I'm so glad I'm doing this video because it really drives home just how bad he is. Like, they've really got to buff him. Because with these kind of stats, you should be doing something. You should be doing something. But we're doing absolutely nothing. He's not built weakly, you know what I mean? He's built pretty darn to hit pretty darn hard, but he just can't do it at this level. And then we die. There you go. That's a great example. And keep in mind, guys, this is a baseline Duchess, a baseline Marichka, a baseline UDK, and yes, a fully ascended Taurus, but also baseline. What a shame. This is a +4 fully ascended Hegemon, and he cannot compete in any way, shape, or form with these champions. I'm going to get on my soapbox quickly because I think this is important. I don't know how many people will watch this video, but I hope that Plarium is one of them. Plarium, this is why you have to balance Taurus and Marichka. For the love of God, this is a +4 Hegemon in God tier whale cracking gear. He can't even beat a base level Taurus. He cannot compete. He is weak. He needs to be changed. They are insanely broken. They need to be changed. I hate to make a showcase video about like that, but at the same time, it's like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Look at the player log. It's all the same champions, dude. Seriously. It's almost all the same champions. This is literally why I don't even do Plat reset anymore, because there's no point. There's no point. And I have a Taurus and Marichka. This just isn't enjoyable. Holy smokes. I mean, if you have a +4 fully ascended, fully empowered Hegemon with these kind of stats, and he can't even scratch a Taurus, what are we doing? I mean, what are we freaking doing? Yes, this champion needs a buff for sure, but he barely did any damage at all. And that's because of Taurus's passives. That is just, wow, that is eye-opening. Holy smokes. I'm so glad I stayed up super late to make this video, because that really just, I mean, I already knew that the champions were broken, but anyone that argues that they shouldn't be balanced or nerfed slightly is an idiot. And that just shows you right there. You've got a +4 fully empowered Hegemon in Savage and Cruel who can barely damage a Taurus. And Taurus had already had his reaction wear off after that second hit. That wasn't a reaction proc to my knowledge. I'll go back and look again just to make sure, but bro, that is sad. Buff Hegemon, nerf Taurus and Marichka. There you go. That's the takeaway from this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Man, that is just makes me sick to my stomach. +4 fully ascended does nothing. Welcome to Platinum Arena, my friends. It's a blast. Clarium, fix this stuff. All right. I hope you enjoyed this showcase video. Boy, was that eye-opening for me. I hope it was eye-opening for you as well. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I think we can all agree, having seen this, that Hegemon definitely needs a buff. But also tell me, or agree with me, please, that Taurus and Marichka need a nerf after seeing that. There's no way you can't. That was just filthy. So anyway, guys, appreciate the support as always. I'll see you on the next one. Big Papa Drock, out.